slain AIGP Andrew Felix Kaweesa, and this is April 2017. So he goes ahead to say some of us who have time and again got into contact with the police have a share to tell and confirm that the police is a criminal force. It is just not infiltrated with criminals. That's a very, very, very serious statement. That the police is a criminal institution. It is not just infiltrated by what? By criminals. So maybe Comrade Mongadi will find time and Comrade, I call him Mongadi, but I think is Mogeni, will find time and elucidate, that article so that we understand what he was all about. But I think from 19 all along, we know that the police has always been constructed purposely to guard the state from those who want to take away the state, both legally and illegally. So even those who come legally are barred by the same police. Niger Arua, she has dropped off. Niger Arua has dropped off. So let's listen to Chief Arthur. Chief, unmute and talk to us. Arthur, are you there? Arthur, Baska, unmute your mic. Probably you're talking, but your mic is muted. Hello. Chief, can you hear me? Chief has fallen off. Chief has fallen off. Well, let's listen to Moncada. If you're there, unmute and talk to us.
Thank you so much, Elam Dada, and fellow Ugandans for being here and listening to the issues of national importance. Today, I have only a few things to say. One, that we still hold this regime, this autocratic regime of Museveni, in a high regard and with high legitimacy, as opposed to how it views us as Ugandans. And it is very difficult for you to treat the government as legitimate, that yet it views you as a threat, as an enemy to its establishment. And therefore, this is where we disagree with many people who always want to employ diplomacy in engaging with this kind of autocratic regime that is murderous, that is corrupt, that kills our people, that views every entity of opposition as a threat and as an enemy. And that's why this has been portrayed in all our actions and all their actions against us, whether peaceful demonstration or protest, or whether civic engagement, and even during the presidential election. You have seen the regime employing military, flying squad, CMI, police, and all other security entities to SWAT Ugandans and intimidating them from exercising their rights as enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And so it is our mandate also to derive from the same Constitution and fight back using all means as provided for by the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And so, if those who are supposed to give us security, if those who are supposed to keep law and order fail at their line of duty and instead confront us who have come in peace, then what do we do as citizens? Okay. And so, it is born on us individually to reflect on those words and evaluate the actions of the state and find out how best we can deal with the regime to ensure that it stops this kind of impunity, it stops the torture, it stops the murder, it stops mistreating Ugandans, and all other actions that you have seen. Otherwise, minus this, they will only continue. Okay, so we must act in such a way that the regime gets the message and understands that Ugandans are fed up of their murderous actions, of the torture of Ugandans, of the delayed service delivery, that Ugandans are fed up of denial of their fundamental rights, the right to good health care, the right to peaceful assembly, the right to quality education, the right to good infrastructure, given all the our taxpayers' money that they misuse. And so this will not only be moved or be removed by just prayer and fasting and very good speeches of the day, but by the bold actions of Ugandans in a as a collective responsibility. And so I beg submit, forgotten my country.
Yes, thank you, Moncada. Guys, I remind you to retweet the space so that it can be seen. Also, go into the comment section. You'll see so many, a lot of information people are posting there. You can help us share it. Sooner, finally, you are here. Can you talk to us?
Is it me, right?
Yes, it's you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think guys, but up and down, so seriously, even up now. But I saw where you tagged me. Fiona is asking the condition of Ali. I talked to her. I talked to her the day before, yesterday. She told me she had some people that are following her. She was driving her father to the hospital, and then she realized that some people were following her. So she's in the hospital attending to her father, and yeah, that's what I can say. But she's okay, but she's of course scared, as you know, as we are. We always, when we face such kind of thing. She has identified some people, like it's not the first time, so she's been noticing always a car following her because she drives. So, and I won't say where she stays, but so the place where she stays is the place where she stays is so secure, so you can really know whether someone is following you, you know. So because the place is somehow open, you can know that there are not so many people. So she has identified, she said, for some time. So that's what I can say for now. Yeah, and so many people have been asking, but she's there. She's in a hospital attending to her father. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for that information. We are also waiting for the people who have gone to Butabika to give us an update on how Sadat is and how, you know, what on what the way forward is, especially from the hospital. What do the doctors in Butabika say? Like, what should be the next course of action? So we are still waiting on that. But meanwhile, we are still here trying to talk about the issue of police brutality and trying to, you know, brainstorm on ways on how to tackle the brutality of the police, whether as a preventive measure or as a way of dealing with those who are brutal, you know, like personally. I think that is an option that most people are right now are banking on. That since there are cameras, since we have uh, the ability to you know, identify these people, then it should be in order for us to, you know, move and start targeting one at a time every time they make such mistakes. Yes, Suna.
Yeah, by the way, I wasn't able because I didn't have connection. I don't also did have battery on my phone. But for me, I have been pushing this. Like I saw even Nopi saying that they need to sue this police. For me, I suggested this like 3 months ago, even 4 months. I was suggesting that if we can sue individually, no matter how many, like like I don't like this kind of thing that the courts don't work. But if someone commits one mistake, I mean commits a crime, let him be sued. If he commits another, let him have like 100 cases in court individually. Because really, when we generalize, oh, Seven has ordered. No, let's go for those that, because we know them at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we know them. At the end of the day, like that one, everyone knows. Like everyone knows that the guy who brutalized Kasirie, you know. So they are known. So me, I really don't find any sense in why police officers are not sued. If we have, because we have to start somewhere. That is it. We have to start from somewhere. I'm going to be busy anyway. That's what I wanted to say.
For me, my idea is that if okay, the NUP being a former party will of course find courts, you know, the only option literally. But how about us who are outside here, you know, us who are informal, you know? We know that justice in Uganda through the courts is a bit tricky, and that is not, by the way, to take away what Suna said, that still omusangira musango, even ne government eddako okitegeera oba osobola okuwozesebwa. So I think as they are going to court, which is okay, I think we also now have to, you know, start thinking of creative ways on the outside here, so that we know these people, and they should know that every time they make such a mistake, even people themselves on the ground are going to organize and deal with them, you know. Of course, we cannot say we are going to burn their houses, we are going to beat their children. That's not the solution. But there are ways of showing dissatisfaction. For example, if such people are, you know, isolated, you know, if we start that campaign of identifying them, you know, making them famous okubalabisaamu, then olumala okubalabisa nga abantu babasibira akakookolo, you make sure those people are, you know, detested, you know. I don't know how viable that is, but I think it is one of the ways that we should start you know, preparing to it's one of the paths we should prepare to take if we are to you know, have an impact in this situation, because the other options are, you know, a bit impossible to even achieve. Mugisha, talk to us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Suna. One of the things I want to say is that everything can be said, but the issue we can't leave, make a blind eye on it is that Mr. Museveni is the one who gives them energy, authority, and power to do all they do because they know they have a backup. That shouldn't be forgotten as we deal upon them one by one. We shouldn't give a blind eye to Mr. Museveni because he's the one who gives them more ranks after they have terrorized Ugandans. So, I wanted to clarify that as we go for one by one, we know the chief orchestrator of this is Mr. Museveni. Another thing, as I went for Swala, there was an issue whereby someone was speaking about marching to Naguru. For me, as I spoke before him, the issue is that we are not going to be, putting our eggs in one basket. Yes, March to Parliament is the vehicle that we are all driving in. But I suggested that we can have branches within the March to Parliament. And that's why I was proposing that we, in our different capacities, our different categories, our different strategies, our different entities, we can get a unifying day, which is the 9th of October. Those who want to march to Naguru, they march to Naguru. Those who are marching to Parliament, they march to Parliament. Those who are marching to KCCA, they march to KCCA for Chitezi. We make it a major demonstration day. In this thing, after all of us, we will be making alarms. We shouldn't say that we'll leave this and take this because one wise man said, a bird in a hand is worthy than a bird in the bush. So we want the bird in the bush, but we can hold all the birds because in Uganda we are facing different problems at the same time, but they all have a converging place. That's what I believe, me, that we should start speaking about when and how to act because ebya Uganda tebiggwa malojja. These guys have fucked up our country. These guys have really eaten up our country. These guys have sucked out blood from our vessels. Everyone has ever faced the ruthlessness of this government, either physically, financially, economically, socially. Everyone has his own way of how he has suffered. We should look at the middle ground where we can all put the issues in back into the hands of Ugandans and lead them into the action and make a greater impact. As I conclude, I will kowtow with LM Dada. The issue is the systems of Uganda, we know them and everything as it is. You saw Mr. Museveni saying that you shouldn't give people bail. You see Mr. Museveni dictating how the status operandi and everything could be. And for your information, the police and all the organs are for friends and families. For example, I will tell you this guy Chituma. The father was a professor who was teaching at Nari. National bikoze bitya eyo gye basomeseza abantu. What would you believe of him? The social class where he grew up from. Look at Twesigye, the OCCID of Chira, or the OCC police station Chira, who was a candidate of NRM in an election. Look at everything how it is being dealt with. and the courts of law being in the pocket of Mr. Museveni, and NUP being a political party, that is their best alternative, because in case anything goes awry or goes bad, they can dissolve the party, and other things and other issues that we can't understand can happen. They can say now this has turned into a terrorist group because they have wanted this for so long. So them vying for that position, we can support them in that juncture, but on another way, we have to support them in showcasing these ruthless police officers by okubalabisa, bringing up the information and other tactics that needs to be employed. We are the feeder system for what the National Unity Platform and other political actors want. Niger spoke about previous political persecutions of Dr. Kano Kiza Besigye, whereby Gilbert Naitwe Bwana wasn't dealt with anyhow, but the world dealt with him. You saw how the Kabaka saga came up, the Kabaka crisis. This is a historical way of Mr. Museveni and his Nicopomps, how they deal with the country. So we should understand and deal with them in the possible ways that each of us can do. But we should not forget, we should start as early possible to vie for 9th of October, to push it, to cause the country to be in frenzy, to make sure that also these people who have their blood boiling join in as early as possible, lay strategies, see how we can do, so that we can have a successful and a feastful Independence Day come next month. Thank you very much for God and my country. I love you so much. Good girl, otonsekere olw'okuba njogera mpola mpola. Say thank you very much. I love you so much, all my dear brothers, comrades.
Yeah, thank you, Mugisha. Guys, yes, I have seen it. Guys, I still remind you to retweet this space. We are more than the number of retweets I see. So go down there and retweet the space. Also, feel free to grab a mic and talk to us. I see someone raising up the hand. Who was that?
I don't know who put up the hand.
Yeah.
Mugisha against another government, Museveni has the pocket of judiciary. Then I remembered yesterday I wanted to say it, but I forgot about it. There was a tweet that was quoted by Dr. Usinji Kavumba about Museveni saying that Tachategera judiciary, they are overgiving bails. Museveni had a tweet saying these bails, continuous giving of bails are not necessary. And then he had quoted it and said, like sarcastically calling him chief judge. Chief judge, yeah. So yeah, I thought I would mention that when Mugisha said that the judiciary is in Museveni's pocket. So this guy, he lives in his house monitoring the judiciary, seeing them, giving bails and everything. And he comes out and says that you're overdoing it. Like, how does he know that they're overdoing it? What is his scale and measure of overdoing it? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, NM.
Thank you, good girl. James, you've just come back. Something new for us?
Nothing new. I've been taking Ugandans to school.
Oh, thank you so much.
And
thank you so much for doing that noble job.
I call them taking Ugandans to school because I'll tell you a story in that I am here. But nze tompulira
sikuwulira oba hackinze simanyi. Can you speak?
onzizemu otye nga tompulira kuba nange
No, host.
Okay.
Nze ompulira kati nze nga nkuwulira.
Nze
Okay, right. Okay.
mbawulira mwena. Now I was just telling you a story.
James, go ahead.
I was just telling you a story and it's a story of hope. Waliwo olugero olugamba nti hope for a cat tree. Omuti bw'ogutema it sprouts. Wotema omuti ne gugwa wansi ne gukulaga nti gukyayagala kumera and you see it sprouts from the stem. So nze story yange ey'okutwala abaana okusoma nebuuza nti abantu bano bakikola batya. Sisobola kukiyiga kati ne ngamba nti kambateekemu abantu abanaakiyiga. Because China is here. This country where I am is run by China. Tawali chintu chenina mu nyumba muno ekitava mu China. Ngato, esimu, microwave. Buli chintu chenina mu nyumba kiva mu China. Ate aba China abali wano naye America etula wano kukunganyiza musolo. So nengamba nti naye lwaki sibayiga. Kanteekawo bano baba bayige bali kyusensi because Museveni has really destroyed a generation. So hope, I'm trying to give you a message of hope. Because webuuza nti James lwaki nkyalwana leero okuva mu 88 I would have given up. Naye ogenda n'okugamba nti no, bwe sirwana ani anaalwana. Waliwo omwami ayogedde ndowooza Werakayi oba babita mu Douglas or somebody oba Muganga something. Naye musawo mumanyi nti musawo. Ye ayogera, in fact yangambako nti ayagala kwesimbawo Werakayi. Which is also good hope for people who think. Because okukyusa Uganda, bwe tuba tusuubira ntusobola kukikyusa mu kalulu, then you must overwhelm the whole parliament. Because as long as this guy still gets parliament majority, baba batya kalulu ako. So abaagala okwesimbawo tutandikira wano mubeere kuno mwogere n'abantu nga tewa masasi, because this is a safe space. If you can't use this space now to reach people everywhere and show cause, because we just must have solutions. We must stop Museveni. We must stop Museveni. We must stop Musevenism. Kati mwakamba we example. Bagamba nti egongolo oba snail leaves a trail. Mulina omukulembeze waamwe, nze mbagamba mukulembeze waamwe Kyagulanyi. Bogamba alina ku beach abade musician biki kati twogereko ku Muhoozi okugamba nti yanyaga konye jerrycan ne gita ekyo kye mwagala okugoberera, because that's the only history I know about Muhoozi nti agende e Congo nanyaga konye gita ne jerrycan kati yagenzeyo n'atema kasooli waabwe abantu bapilaawo bali awo baana ba in fact Uganda eyo ngenda nempulira obusungu nti mulimu abaana ng'abapoliisi awo singa abasawo bwe tuba twagala okutta ensiri, when we want to stop malaria, you look at destroying the mosquitoes. Abasawo ba Uganda abasawo nganze sewa musawo Douglas lwaki temutunulako abapoliisi ng'obulwadde? If in hospitals we have people who have been maimed and you're talking about the cause and the prevention, as abasawo, how do you look at the police? Why don't we classify the police as an epidemic, a disease causing agent that we must fight or eliminate? Nze ntuuka nempulira obusungu nti sobola okulwana ng'omusawo naye abasawo banange bino byokugenda ne mukaaba ne mufukamira sifukamira nga nina empiso n'eddagala. No, not me. So it is about us being innovative. If you're a leader, you are innovative. If you're a leader, you must simplify things. Tulekerao kukaaba tulwane bulwanye buli muntu alwanye engeri gyasobola okulwana. Bw'obeera omusawo lwana n'obusawo. Because the people who are preventing you to practice medicine are in uniform with the guns. Why would you go to waste 5 years in school, 2 years of internship? Those are 7 years. Nodda mu kukaabira mu kkubo. Nze kindagabula nti temusoma oba temwasoma. In fact, nti okusoma kwe nasoma okutono kwe kuninyisiza ennyonyi, kwe kuntambuza, kwe kundeetera okuwogera n'abantu. Mwasoma biki abasawo b'e Uganda abasoma mulembe guno? So for me, bwe muba mwagala kugamba nti mwagala okukyusa government ya mirembe mutunuulire with intent inti gundi tumujayo. We are talking about people in courts abebitiibwa. How do you remove those guys? Because they are the problem. Why would we want to march to parliament other than even entering parliament? I would be happy when I hear good girl wants to be a woman MP for Mbarara municipality, because I looked for votes for Winnie Byanyima myself. I was one of the first people to treat Winnie Byanyima's son. I was one of the first people. I was a pediatrician. And I looked Nonyeza Nakalulu. So I would wish to say Nonyeza Gudugala Kalulu. Nonyeza Simanya Akalulu. Yes, we have done it from here. We have sponsored the people in Chagulanyi's team. So sometimes let's look at the other strategy also, because sometimes we just can't. Let's do everything, whether Kurwana on streets, no going to parliament. March to parliament should also be significant. Sheshe should be a woman MP for whatever. Semanyani, you know, the people who know, people who speak, people who listen to people's problems, because you are here representing people's problems. When it came to Gulu, who was the first person in Gulu? Wasn't it Good Girl? Yes. Let's get serious. Let's mean business 24/7. Bam. Let me cook food.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Let's listen to. I've just approved someone here. I don't see them. Where have they go?
Dada, before I want to respond to Mugisha. Mugisha yagambye nti lwaki I wasn't actually exonerating Museveni. And that's why muntu asobola kumpa lecture ku Museveni. There's no one, you know. Tosobola kungamba nti Museveni mujja mbina ebintu. But you know why we went for Anita Among? We never went to State House, because we wanted to cut off all the wings of this guy and all the legs. So one way of cutting off the legs of oppressor is to make the Ubuntu Bwakosa to be weak and desperate. Singa tusobola okubateeka mu eyembera ogamba lwaki, why are we exposing them? It's the same way. Exposing them on social media, exposing their family on social media is the same way, is the same thing as going to court against them. Neo bango chimanyi court agenda ku delivering justice. Mutereke emisango 10 atokyalinza abantu 10. Let him have 10 cases. Like James said, if we have hope, seriously, and we have hope, even March to Parliament is hope. Because we started it, we never know how it is going to end, how and when. Netugamba, it will continue until Ochitegera. So, but if we believe that March to Parliament will continue, the church Ghana, or police were Tulugunya, not Lugunya Dada, not Lugunya Guduga, each and Lugunya Gun, Roger Tumusanga, separate cases, now your name Sango Kumi court. Then never manya never nabu bakachere ba never answer. Never manya DPC weka chiri aine misango kumi mukoti. Museveni tagenda bela yo kubayamba mukoti. No, there's a case that happened in is it Budaka or Bujiri? Wali abamawulira abagenda covering a story. But ono guy n'abakwata DPC n'abateeka munda for some hours. Then court ya rulings like someone, is it this year or last year? Someone tagged me there. It is a lawyer. Nga baba guy basasule fine ya million ana for just kumudetaining for 2 hours. Our police are gonna sue million ana. So it may not create impact jetwagalirawo immediately, but there is a way how we reduce mutembera musako zaabwe naye oli bwanawulira munne nti owaye gundi bamwabidde musango noli gundi bamwabidde like that. By the way, we don't have a definite plan if jetugenda okosa bweti ne bweti kitegeera. So anything we can use, let's use it, because singa baddewo a magic plan nti jetugenda okosa lwaleero abasajja bano balekera okututokyalinga, then we would have used never net. So nze if someone is going against Asimwe, someone is going against who that guy who shot Bobby Wine, then another one who shot at Kasirie, another one. All those people, like that. You never know how the impact is creating in their circles. Tomanya, naye Museveni abeeri waggulu n'akosa buno bukachere. Abeeri waggulu n'akosa buno bukachere. Lastly, why do you think International Criminal Court yatekawo cases ezigenda ku individual, not as a country, not even a sitting president? Lwaki? For crimes against humanity, lwaki? Because there is a time that reached ngaba presidents bakozesa abantu to commit crimes against humanity, and then those presidents, those leaders, ne babeera nga bo bali waggulu nti like there's nothing that can happen. When they zeroed it to the even to ku bantu abawansi, nti ne wobanga oli mukozi wa radio, for example in Kenya in 2009, there's a radio presenter who was sanctioned by the ICC spreading information ku radio ye eyinza okuleeta ekitta abantu. So it doesn't matter oba omuntu oli wawansi oba oli waggulu, they will charge you individually. Ne oba oli kulutu ku police station e Kachiri oba wansi where you will be charged. Let us charge them. Let's charge our lawyers to charge those criminals. I mean, that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's start with James
Well,
Mungeni, then
mine is just a
Mugisha.
simple one. I wanted Dr. Morgan, you are here, and I don't know any other medical person who is on this wall. And it follows what the last presentation. Because in hospital we say, came in with a bullet wound, diagnosis, gunshot, or bullet wound. Why not came in with a bullet wound and mention the person who shot that person? Diagnosis, bullet wound by such and such. If we know names, include them on the medical form 5. Because hospital records are permanent. That's why we keep medical history, surgical history. Yes, Chagulanyi came to Zambia hospital having suffered a bullet wound by mention that person. I mean, there must be a way of showing these guys that we are disgusted. We just can't. For me, like I have mentioned, the medical people, they beat Stella on the streets, they bring her to hospital. You know that she came in as an assault case. Who assaulted her? Let's use that person as a diagnosis. I mean, it's too much.
Mugisha, your time.
Okay, thank you very much. For me, it will be two things. And one thing is, yes, I'm not ruling out those who have their capacity and their mindset ready to do the suing and following up the cases. Yes, you can take over that. And those who think otherwise, we shouldn't pocket them, let them pursue justice in the way they deem fit. The second thing, nze buli lwe najja njagyogeranga deeti eyo beebalumya amatu ejja balumya amatu. We have talked and talked and talked. We acted on 23rd, we acted on Gaja. Tusobola okusoosoowaza ne tuteeka obutungulu ne buli kimu mu 9th October info ne tutandika conversations eziraba nti nno tubaako akatiisa ke tukola. Thank you.
Yes, actually, Suna, good that you are here. The Gaja group, we are told there were 4, but we only saw 3 women, and there's now a video moving around. I think it's even in the comment section of a man who is protesting naked. Do you have any idea of who that person is? Because we are yet to clarify. We are yet to get clarity on who they are.
I was speaking in Mvako last time about that same thing. There were three. There were three, and all of them are girls. For that I can confirm there were three. That's why Munta Yamane collecting article. So there were three. Yes, the first article Jebatekayo on the video they mentioned four, but there were three. Now what I cannot confirm is that video is from Uganda, because really I can't confirm I can't confirm that it's from Uganda. First of all, even when I try to zoom, I really don't see that street in Kampala. I also don't see the number plates on the cars, so really I cannot confirm that video. No, my social media now, so I can't confirm. But there was no the girls never worked with boys on that day, so that's what I can confirm. The girls didn't work with the boys for a nude protest. For that one, I can 100% confirm that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that confirmation. Kati awo kitegeeza Mugisha twekolemu omulimu kubanga tegannajja
obadde mulowooza muwonye.
Mugisha ya celebrations wano n'agamba good girl nti wali weewaana naye nga okitegeera tegannajja gali ageewuuba tegannajja naye nga yes Mugisha
yabadde amanyi awonye
ko defense olw'ensonga nze bwe ndaba bu reflect obwo ayinza okusaba nti yali kuba the three girls naye bwe ntunuulira bu reflect obwo ne ntunuulire abantu abali around and reading the surrounding border number plate engeri gye bazisibyeko oyinza okusanga nga yakola ekintu kye. But we don't rule out the fact that it would have been in Uganda. I'm trying to get information from the person who shared the video. But because yakomekerezaga and the guy is at CPS and nobody is there to help him, so ngenda kwongera okufuna information, but ekyo tekimala. That's why the buli lwe nwakwata omuzinda nja bagamba 9th October Independence Day gayina okujja nga mangi ag'abasawo aga buli muntu. Thank you.
Thank you Mugisha. Guys, Global Africa, you've been here for some time. Unmute and talk to us. African Youth Inclusion. Are you there?
By the way, as he comes in, I saw our sister, this one, the girl who protested at the church. If you saw that post, our message has closed the borders and a lot of people were standing in solidarity with us. Yeah, there with the guys of the EFF, the whatever. So it is a great initiative. Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, I read today that the Stop East Africa Crude Oil Pipeline protesters were also released today by the court, and that's
by the way, that is good, because Museveni yali akamala okukola serious statement mbusimanyi bail biki and all that, you know. So nange bwe ndabye nga bawadde bail, I really felt so happy, because they are 20, so that's a big number and they are all out. Of course, sometimes obeeramu ne kawale musajja amaze okwasama biki mbusimanyi bail and all that, then nolaba ate nga olina abantu abali mukomera. So I was also worried, but it's yeah, it's good. So we continue to do what we are supposed to do, putting the judicial on the spot. Now, because they are also individuals, guys. However much Museveni uses them, on also watching commanding like never commanding commandings. So they also work on our pressure. Tongero bateka ku pressure. Tukolebe na betu ino kola, tubateke ku pressure. They act on their own merit, because katuwalo cases this rose agama Museveni agenda kubira oyo oba Ronald Nsubuga mugambe detain those, I mean don't give them, you know. That's why naye abere na complaining kati bwa complaining nabateka ka pressure kakatono. That's why bogenda on the first time when you are produced to court like this, they don't want to listen to you. They just want to send you on remand immediately. You get? Because of that, Museveni's stupid statement, but the magistrate, the lawyers, I mean the judges are giving bail like that. Otherwise, do you have sureties? The first thing they would ask you, do you have sureties? But they don't want to ask even whether you have sureties. The first thing they say, bakusindika kurimand immediately, because of what Museveni has been saying for over 15 years. Actually, he has been talking about that same thing: bond, I mean police, I mean court bail, and there's a way how it has affected our freedoms before courts. So when I saw the ECOP coming out, I was so happy. We can have, let us mobilize for our sureties. Bobanga, you can stand surety for anyone in court. Please reach out so get to obuze what is needed, so that we can be prepared that even when someone is jailed, Morgan brought that issue, that even anyone is jailed, tubera ne bashurities abamangu, you know, nti I just give you a call, or Dada just gives you a call, you know what, there is something urgently at Buganda Road Court. Guys, we are not criminals or terrorists that you cannot stand surety for. No, we are all ordinary Ugandans. We are just ordinary Ugandans. So it's very easy to stand surety for me. Naturally, these sureties come on a cheap cost. Ezimu zibeera kati like but equal power the 1 million non-cash bond. 1 million each. That's a lot of money, but of course it is non-cash, but it's a lot of money. 1 million. But protesters baba 100,000, which was less, and non-cash. Abala baba 200 cash that time. Abala baba 100 cash, which is still less. But of course, lawyer Jagamba, it would have been free. But of course, there is a way how things are reducing. Katoralero, because Baba Deoka pressure, they gave 1 million non-cash. You can see like non-cash. At least you have a favor that it's non-cash. So the way that surety, you are not going to pay any coin. Naturally, we have our money there. You guys are solicited for money. We have over 32 million shillings that can bail us. So in case they say they want mitwalo 10 or mitwalo 5 for what? For praise, for sheshe, over for what? At least sent what we don't have at the moment are the people that physically extend surety, and that's what we failed to do on Monday. So bobanga osobola bane okwera surety, at least jangu mu DM yange bannaye nkimanye nti tulinawo abantu nga 10 abali ready okustandinga for our sisters. I've been trying to mobilize, reaching out to several people. Naye nawe ngosobola reaching out, please reach out to those women groups. What about women leaders? What about MPs? No, they are supporting something. Nenga, when it comes for supporting us in times nga tubagala, why they got also anabalaba? Nenga MP wa imira mukaguli na gama ne imiri don't what? They even don't ask a lot of things. So guys, let us continue to do these things. Tumamobilizing abantu aba leaders, ba women leaders, ba abantu abaso imira mukoti na ba imira mukoti ne bagama okay. Ono yazoko yimirira gundi okitegeera nga taliko na kumuquestioninga nnyo bintu bingi. I'm not saying that other people are not but bolaba nti bwe bandeta mu kooti, I'm there alone. One time nagenda ku musango gwa Ronald Agaba is not here. Mazima mutufu nga abantu abazo okumweyimirira. I don't want to demean people, but I was so frustrated. Ronald has a big community. I even felt bad. Ronald has a very big community, but no, it is so bad because nanke nyini ngava mukomera so amweyimirira. Ne, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. So you understand what I mean. So if it happens like on 12, tugende mu extras nga abayine papula bangi nnyo nti bagamba nti ontali ono abalamuzi bayinza ogamba ono status ye temukkiriza okitegeera atugambe gwe oli muvubuka waliwo omuntu nga olaba muvubuka nnyo bajja mubuuza wallahi nga ne gy'abeera nga olaba nga terasobola mugamba nti you understand what I mean nze saagala kugira but I'm talking real things muyinza olowooza ndi mukuyisa abantu mu maaso no I'm talking real things that happen in court waliwo omuntu golaba nga muvubuka muto nga bagamba nti ono azze kweyimirira ate azze kweyimirira gwe omuntu omukulu ate kisoboka naawe okitegeera so gwoza okweyimirira wa myaka 3 gwoli wa myaka 2 really n'omulamuzi ajja tutunulira agambe nno kino wano kibulamu okitegeera so my point oba simanyi mukitegeera naye nga that's what I mean guys tubeere bangi nnyo nti bwe bagaana ddadda atisi nga Stella waali bwe bagaana Stella atisi Mujimatini waali bwe bagaana like that but at least something like that guys for me thank you so much.
Thank you MPUOT. Suna, one of the very first nude protesters. Hey, you don't know. I think it's sawa yonaga komyawo mu march to parliament. Yeah man, Ivan, Clever Ivans, the mic is yours.
All, I salute you all, fellow comrades. Yeah, I've been on and off, but regarding the hashtag, first of all, I'm just consulting. Is the other sister of ours? Has anyone seen her, or have anyone realized that she's there in Luzida? Or I mean, who is she? Kemi Toma? The one day we are saying that she's nowhere to be seen. Then going back to the hashtag, how shall we tackle police brutality in Uganda? First of all, for me, I think we have to put it on a personal level. How badly and how bothered do you feel about police as police in your community? Because if you don't have that, there is no way you will call upon Ugandans that, my fellow Ugandans, let us go and ban this police. That one you cannot. But if you balance the equation on your personal level, of course, you know where it balances because we know who is behind police, who is behind the brutality that is happening on Ugandans. But if it is on personal level, you can deal with those people personally, in your own way, regarding how you feel and how you have experienced the torture from them and everything. So, but if we bring it in a general format, because there is a point when those policemen and the police as an organization is looking for ways of exposing the criminals so that the community or the nation can also help them. They just go and take pictures, put them on placards and posters. They put everywhere in Kampala and everywhere around the country. So why not we? We also have to profile those people. You go to a police, you see this police officer has done like this, you get his picture, you try to investigate and get his details. Because these people have become rough, we also have to become rough. So look for the family, put them on the paper. Will you print them and put them everywhere? Because me personally, I've ever fought a single police station, one-man army. Bakolako omu ku omu mu ngeri y'okubatimba buli wamu because baali bafuuse common mu kitundu bagenda bajjawo omu mpaka we bakola reshuffle ku poliisi yonna but nobody knew about it. Just nze nakikola personally nti ne bwaddayo ewaka ng'aweta okukyama gy'asula, he will find that poster there, he will start hiding away from people. The end of that day, he will go to the senior officers, tell them, please, I need a transfer. And when he goes to the other place, at least on the media he has spread, he will also feel suffocated. And again, ayagala kwagala bamujja bamutwale very far. So some of them, they help them and they keep them far away from the cities and nearby places. So for me, I think we can public profile them and advertise them publicly. When they become famous, they will not do those things, because if you go to Guru and you find the news that you tortured some people in Kampala, these people will be totally isolated away from the person sending them to do such brutality. I think that's one of the ways we can go over them, because even if we use the laws, it is very difficult. Nobody here doesn't remember what happened to Chirumira. You know, he was taken to the court. They don't allow news reporters there. They want to suffocate him from there. So if you follow that route, and for them they are rough, it is a long process. But you can fight your way back peacefully and in a diplomatic way. Those guys, I think they will, as long as they are not in the area, you can get some peace and you do things they are supposed to be done. At the end of the day, some time will come and they will run away from police. They will desert. And we know those ones who have deserted. And if it means to go personally, you and him, you know how to do it personally. So if we put it on a personal level, I think we can at least try to change something in that institution there. Thank you, my comrades. I won't talk too much.
Yep. Adam Dada, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but first take over a bit.
Okay, I thought, Clever, thank you so much. I don't know who has not spoken. I don't know if there's anyone who has
Everyone
not
has
spoken.
spoken, unless if someone has something new to say, they will just raise up their hand, probably.
Okay, right. Guys, if there's anyone who wants to say anything, put your hands up so that I can know, because I think I missed some of you talk. Adam, Dada, help me accept. Mugisha is back, but I can't accept him. So yeah, I think I kind of agree with most of you. We need to hold them accountable on individual levels. Yeah, Mokada, your hand is up. You'll speak, and then Mugisha will also speak, because both your hands are up. Thank you. Mokada, take on the
Good
mic.
girl, for me, it's just
Hello?
a small
Hello?
thing that you go in the comments.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Moncada, go ahead.
Yes. Reflecting on the many actions of brutality, torture, and oppression carried out by police in Uganda, we need to clearly demarcate right here, people who are here, to clearly demarcate what police is, what police is and what it is not, what police is and what police is not for Ugandan case. Okay, and like I personally, I currently cannot separate the police we have from the military, from the NRA squad, from CMI. So kyafuuka kintabuli. N'olw'ensonga eyo, when we are speaking about police, let's speak about it as organ that is conjoined with all these security organs. And if we are to control, if we are to confront them, we must confront them in equal measure. Otherwise, you have seen the IGP, the deputy IGP being from the military, from UPDF or SFC. You have seen different police departments being headed by military officers, not policemen. Okay, and so as we speak about police, we need to clearly separate police from what we know, what police should be and what what should not be, and also refer it to Ugandan police. Is Ugandan police acting like Kenyan police? Is it really police or something else? Otherwise, the more we treat police the way we should treat it, in quotes, police Uganda, miss a mark. And so, according to me, we are dealing with something else and not the police, because the police we know must keep law and order, okay, but not also fight citizens who exercise their rights. And so, this is why even during the March to Parliament events, you have seen them bringing drones with people in not in uniforms, in what we call layers, okay? Usual nga bali mu ngoye za layer, nga baleeta drone in front of police and the military police. And so we need to really study the structure of the current police that we have in Uganda and find out, is it what we think it is, or it is something else, okay? Kubanga nze, according to me, eddiba lya kiringa gundi, eddiba lya mbuzi efaanana ng'embuzi naye yamba munda musege, okay? Poliisi ya Uganda efaanana ng'embuzi naye nga munda musege, okay, oguli abannayuganda. N'olw'ensonga eyo, I think after understanding that, we can really get the best way to deal with these goons, okay. Naye gye tukoma okubasiisiriza munnaye poliisi eya Uganda, we don't have police, we don't have police, we don't have UPDF, we have NRA, we have illegal operatives masquerading as police, because otherwise, if we didn't, they wouldn't have carried out all these actions of impunity or torture